What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode. So what we're going to talk about is very interesting because I watched the Sunny Decree's last video and he talked about some guy that predicted actually the $7,500 level of support and after that rally in Bitcoin price. That guy is called Kevin, so shout out to both of you, Sunny Decree and Kevin, and now we're gonna watch what this guy predicted and after that we're going to do our technical analysis. And now let's get started.
This is what I think is most likely right now. I think most likely we are going to be pulling back to the golden retrace, which is at 7,500 and remaining on this trend until, of course, we do meet the all-time high level and break above it, most likely. So, of course, if you just bring out your fib extensions, you go from swing low to swing high, the golden retrace does come in. At about 7,200, 7,300, I do think it's going to be front ran a little bit at about $7,500. A lot of people are going to be looking out for the golden retrace, which does come in at about 7,300. I think it's more likely that it gets front ran a little bit in between the 618 and the 50% retrace at about $7,500, which has been my target for the past couple months now. Right now, we are creating a lower high trajectory at the moment. And just like a lot of these areas here, lower high trajectory, until of course we get to the all-time high level in these parabolic moves as well, lower high trajectories before the breakout. Right now, that is what I think is most likely, a lower high trajectory until we hit the 618 golden retrace and then break out, find another lower high trajectory breakout, and just remain above this upward sloping trend line here.
So what I'm about to say is actually that I'm impressed about this guy because he likes to use the trend lines as a pattern trading, and I like that because I'm like that also, and that kind of a trading is more like an art and I like to watch it and treat it like that. And now the next thing that I wanted to mention here is this guy is showing the big trend line on the big time frame as a day time frame, or maybe weekly could be used also. As you can see, we can change on weekly and see here the trend line that is showing us uptrend on this level of support of $7,500. that this is the yellow box here, which price went all down as we saw on this drop in the past 3 months and tested it again and actually bounced it. And now I'm going to show you something else. So there are actually few pattern indications for the bullish breakout here, which is, I wouldn't say that it's going to happen, but it is still in stories, it's still in technical analysis. And now listen up. As you can see, few videos ago, actually few week maybe or two ago, I make this pattern which is falling a wedge, and these patterns are tending to break on the bullish side. Now we are still in this pattern and we are still consolidating, but we are also running out of the steam here, so we need to see some kind of a breakout here. So what will happen, even so we broke that $7,600, we are back on that level, actually over that level, $7,600. And as you can see, why? Because we bounced from that level of support, which is trend line, support trend line of that falling wedge. As you can see here, we managed to bounce few times, and this is actually 5th or 6th time, and we still did manage to bounce back. How long are we going to hold in? We don't know, but I'm about to show you a little bit hourly chart, and here what I found out is bearish pennant, because we actually broke in this pennant from the bearish side of the downtrend. We consolidated and we broke up on the upside, and now we are trying to find some kind of a support here of $7,600 again. Now back on the daily chart, we can see here that we are still in this falling wedge, and there is a still possibility that we could potentially bounce here all the way back, retest this level of support of $8,500 and actually start managing breaking up, as the guy said, to finally break those resistance of all-time highs in the last period of 3 to 4 months. Now that's some kind of a micro perspective of the Bitcoin price. Now on the macro side, as we can turn on the 20 exponential moving average, as you can see, unfortunately we are still far away in downtrend. As you can see, 20 moving average is making a pretty much good resistance, and we didn't even manage to come closer here to test it and see if we are going to break it and try to make some kind of a support over that 20 moving average and possibly maybe go upside on $8,200, consolidate here and break on the upside. But we will see. I don't think that's going to happen, but everything is possible in Bitcoin market. Another bearish indication here is actually the volume. As you can see, no matter what happened of the price action in the past few days or weeks, the volume is still some kind of a downtrend, and we will going to see some move on the downside or upside, but it's probably going to be downside because the volume is lower every single day, and that's not good because it's very easy to move the price in both directions. And another contrary indication is actually this 50 simple moving average, which concerns me a little bit because it's going perfectly lined up with this falling trend line as a level of resistance of this falling wedge. As you can see here, it's going to make probably pretty much very strong and good resistance, and Bitcoin will need more than this kind of a volume here and more strength and steam in order to break up and actually see those new all-time highs. Other than that, MACD indicator here, as you can see, is still showing us the downtrend and maybe some kind of a reversal in the downtrend, and we're probably going to see even further drop because of this crossover here. If we switch this on the Heikinashi together with this, you can see that we have red candles, 3 consecutive red candles, which actually confirms downtrend together with this cross. So you need to have this kind of a cross over here, bearish cross, also the signal on histogram, and red candles, which is showing actually the downtrend together with this signal. It could be possible that it is a false signal, but I don't think so. For now, every signals are bearish except those kind of a trend line that we saw on that video. Now, interesting fact that I didn't expect here is actually breaking up of this level of resistance of $7,600, which probably happened because of low volume and didn't respect this kind of a level of resistance. So we will see what is going to happen in the future. So what we need to do actually is to close this candle here of $7,600 upside of this level of resistance, and possibly find level of support here all over again, and maybe continue rallying upside. We will see what will happen in the future, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.